I've had a very long day. I'm going to give you all a brief story, and I'm going to show you how this works. And I also have a couple things in front of me, so please take notes. And I also want to hear from you all. Again, if you don't get a chance to watch this at the very beginning, I'm also recording this on my YouTube page, We Ride for a Cure. But I'm going to show you exactly on this page how it works and why it is so effective for anyone. Doesn't matter what age you are. You can start with children. If you're in my age group, I'm 53. Practice this, and I promise you, you are going to see results. You're going to be in a different place. Now, when I first got on TikTok, I was getting a lot of followers. After 4 years, I got over 30,000 followers. People were watching me, and I appreciate everybody watching. They learned a lot. I help people with cancer. I've shown them a regimen that got over 8 million views. And this is a technique that I use every day. I'm a Gemini. If you all know, we are in what is called retrograde. If you don't know what a retrograde is, I mean, everything that you're trying to do is going to have some crazy confusion to do. Education, business, technology. This is the worst time for that. So here's a technique. You're going to take your hand, you're going to make a fist, and you're going to go right here in this area, and you're going to, in 4 taps, 1, 2, 3, 4, take a deep breath, hold the breath 4 seconds, and then you're going to breathe it out 4 seconds. And this is the first part of this technique. This helps with anxiety. You're stressed out and you need to recenter yourself. So I'm going to do it, and hopefully we'll get more people on. Hopefully you all will share this video. This is to help you get through any situation. This is part 1 of it. Teach your children this as well. This helps them with, especially in our environment now. Everybody needs to practice this. So, deep breath. Hold the breath. Exhale. Two more. One more. Now this is the intended purpose of relaxing. Now what I want to talk about now is using water to get you to your goals a lot quicker and a lot more peaceful. You're going to get the following items. Kay Lachey, thank you for tuning in. I hope you learned something from this. You're going to get 2 bottles, and you're going to have them empty. And you're going to take the first bottle, which is for all of your negative energy. Everything that you're experiencing that ticks you off, you're going to get an empty container, and you're going to get some water, and you're going to put rice in that water until you fill it up all the way. Now I don't have the rice in it yet, but the reason why you're going to get that rice is because you're going to use that rice as a way of channeling all of your negative energy, so that that energy comes out of you and it's in that rice. Of course, you're not going to eat this rice. You're using this rice to channel negative energy. So whatever you're dealing with, whatever problems you're dealing with, if it's money problems, if it's family issues, if it's a relationship issue, if it's just stress, you are going to write down everything that you are experiencing on a white sheet of paper. And you're going to, for 5 minutes, you are going to channel all of that you wrote down into this water. You're going to get everything that upsets you out of your system, and you're going to do this before you go to bed. When you meditate, you're going to use this energy by you writing down what's going on in your life that's bothering you, and you're going to channel it in that water that has rice in it. Again, I don't have rice in it yet because I'm not doing a ritual as of yet. I'm just showing you how to do it. After you have comfortably written down everything that you are dealing with for that day, you're going to say it, you're going to recite it, and you're going to recite it in that water, and the goal is to do it for 5 minutes. 5 complete minutes, undisturbed, undistracted, until you get it out your system. Sometimes people may cry about it. And if you need more than 5 minutes, use it until you have nothing else to get out of your system. You're transferring that energy into the water. And then you're going to take the paper that you wrote all that stuff down, and you're going to put it on, you're going to put the bottle on top of that paper that you've written all of this negative stuff that is stressing you out. And then you're going to go to bed. Because you're not going to bed angry. You're going to bed cleansed of these stressful issues. Now, the more you do this, you're going to start noticing that that water is going to start bubbling. Because you have transferred that negative energy that was inside of you into that water that has that rice in it. You're going to see after 30 days of continuously doing this, you're going to notice that the rice is getting darker. That's all of that negative energy that you had inside of you that has been transferred into that water. I want you all to take this as serious as cancer is to somebody that just found out they had it and can possibly die if they do not take action. You are taking action into transforming that darkness into light. Once you have done that and you go to bed, you're going to wake up the next day. You're already going to have everything that is positive that you want to see manifest, including everything positive about yourself that you love and that you are grateful for to yourself. And you are going to write everything down, and you're going to recite that for another 5 minutes. The very first thing that you do in the morning before you go wash your teeth, wash your face, brush your teeth, take a bath, breakfast, you're going to recite those things, because this is what you are writing to manifest to become something that is true. And once you've written down everything, you're going to take a new cup of water and you're going to recite all of the positive things that you've written on that piece of paper into that water. Now, the reason why I don't want you to put rice in that water, pay attention to the very end. When you dedicate 5 minutes of reciting what you wish to manifest and what you are happy about yourself you, after you finish that 5 minutes undisturbed, you are going to take that water that you just transfigurated, that positive energy of love and appreciation, admiration, and gratitude, and you're going to drink that water. And after you drink that water, I want you to get into this stance. Now, I know you all, when you pray, this is the praying stance that everybody's so used to. This is also energy that's called a mudra. This is why this mudra is so ancient and is so well respected in all cultures, because when you pray, people are used to seeing praying hands like this. This is actually an energy force to help keep your energy pure and undistracted. I want you to recite the Lord's Prayer, if you know that prayer, if you're a Muslim, Al-Fatiha, or any prayers that invoke power. And I want you to give thanks after you drink that water. And I want you to focus clearly on seeing what you said you were going to do done. And after you've done 5 minutes of that, I want you to give thanks. It is so. I want you to do this every morning and every night. Every night before you go to bed. Every morning when you get up. And remember, every time you see something that is accomplished, I want you to put it on your calendar that it got done. If you won some money, if you got a raise, if you had a decent day, if your luck turned for the better, if you got a blessing, I want you to write down your blessings and I want you to give thanks. When you start your next day, I want you to write that down on that piece of paper that you got that blessing. You fill that water up with that positive water that you're going to drink, and I want you to make sure that you tell that water the blessings that you received from that day before, and you're giving yourself praise and appreciation and gratitude to the divine source that you were able to be blessed that day, and dedicate that 5 minutes of all of the good that has come your way. And after you've done that for 5 minutes, remember, you're going to drink that water. That is your blessed water. That is your water that you are using to amplify your positive vibrations. If you all can hear the music in the background, this is a 528 hertz frequency, 396 hertz frequency, 639 frequency to raise self-esteem. It's also good to bring your confidence levels up. I have a speaker. I take my water and I put the speaker by it and I let it amplify as I'm speaking. I'm not saying this because it sounds good. I'm saying this because everyone needs to keep themselves motivated and encouraged to deal with everything that's going on in the world, because we don't have enough light. We are running towards the darkness, and as a great friend of mine said, we run to problems more than we run to solutions. We run to the problem, but we do not run to the solutions. We actually run away from the solutions. Now, this is not going to cost you anything, but we will run away from a simple solution that will help us heal from difficult situations. All you need is a speaker, some positive music, a bottle of water, a piece of paper, and a calendar. And every time you have accomplished something, you want to mark it down and make sure that you are acknowledging yourself that you got through it and you give thanks. That's all that you have to do. Now remember, if you all on TikTok and you're watching this and you want to see this video again, you can go to my YouTube page, We Ride for a Cure. And thank everybody who's watching it on YouTube that's live. This will be recorded and you will be able to watch this at any given time. Just share the video. So let's do this again. Thank you all for watching, and I'm going to start this over again. You're going to get the following items to get the best results. You're going to get 2 bottles of water. You're going to get 1 bottle for all your negative attributes. You're going to get some rice. You're going to put the rice in the bottle of water. You're going to take a piece of paper. Everything that bothers you, you're going to write it down. Whatever stresses you out, you're going to write it down. You're going to write this stuff down, and you're going to recite everything that you have negative energy from, that makes you sad, that makes you upset. And you're going to read it in front of that water with that rice in the water. And you're going to put all that frustration and you're going to put it into that bottle of water with the rice in it. This is you getting rid of the negative energy that you just read. When you finish, I don't care how many times you got to do it, you're going to write it down before you go to bed, and you're going to get that out of your system. And you're going to put that paper underneath that bottle of water. You are transferring that negative energy into that water with that rice in it. You're going to do that for a month, but 14 days. This is the next step. 14 days. I want you to say to yourself, 14 days from now, this situation is no longer going to bother me. I have moved on. 14 days from now, I want you to recite every day. Look on the calendar. Mark day number 1 to day number 14. After 14 days, this situation is no longer going to bother me. After those 14 days are over, you're going to take that piece of paper. You're going to take that water. Now listen to me very carefully. You are going to take that water that has that rice in it, and I want you to dump it in the toilet and flush it. I want you to take that piece of paper that you wrote all that stuff on, and I want you to burn it. And take the ashes. I want you to either bury it or shove it down the toilet and flush it. You're getting rid of negative energy. And you do that every night. Every morning, before you go to bed, after you've done the negative water, you're going to get that piece of paper. You're going to write down all the good things that you're grateful for, all the things that you've accomplished, all the things that you were successful at getting done. In the morning, this should be sitting underneath that water like this. When you wake up in the morning, you're going to take that piece of paper, you're going to take that water, and you are going to recite all of the good things that you've had happen to you, that you are grateful for, the good stuff. And you're going to manifest and transfigure that energy into that water. And you're going to give thanks, you're going to be grateful, you're going to be happy. I want you to focus on being happy on that day, because you saw everything that you were trying to do get accomplished. It's already been done. And yesterday you saw how everything you wanted to have happened. But you're going to give thanks, and after you've done that, you're going to drink that water. You're going to take 5 minutes to do this. You're going to drink that water. You're going to take 5 minutes to allow that water to become you. I want you all to let me know after you have done this how it has worked for you. After 14 days, the negative water no longer affects you, but the positive water is now becoming you. You are becoming a new person. This is the power of using your words to benefit you in every way, shape, and form. Thank you all who all are watching. Thank you. I hope you all got something from this. Again, this is going to be on my YouTube page as well, We Ride for a Cure. And I'm going to do my best to try to do a video every day that teaches people the better qualities of being more conscious in your health and in your environment. I hope that this works for you. Please go to my YouTube page, We Ride for a Cure, and look this up. But you can also look on my personal page here on TikTok and look at the video on how this is done. I hope that you all will find great benefits from this. And please go get yourselves checked out. Go find out what your blood type is. Go find out the foods that you're supposed to eat according to your blood type. Get into some exercise programs that will help you. Just 15 minutes a day. If you can dedicate 15 minutes a day, 4 times a day, you've done an hour of workout. You will see the improvements. Don't wait till you get sick and you can't work out. You can't make these moves. But remember, at the end of all this, please give thanks and be grateful for the blessings that you receive. I hope that you all learned something from this. And I thank you all for watching me. I thank you all for following me. And I thank you all for being inspired. Until next time, I command you to be great. I command you to be prosperous. I command you to be greater today than you were yesterday.